Hello and welcome back to another video, this time a response to TRexSpaceStation Ben's latest bout of questions. And basically these are 5 questions about games in your collection. So the first question I think can be perceived in a number of ways, but it is a game that costs £5 or less. So I could have really gloated and say, hey, I got this game for a £5 and it's worth £20, or I could do what I'm going to do and show you a game that you can probably still get for £5. So that game would be Radar Mission on the original Game Boy. Got this from Leicester Market for £4, probably 3 or so years ago. There is a gameplay on my channel. It is basically battleships, but there is also another mode which is more of a game, I guess, but the battleships element alone is well worth picking this game up for, especially if you can link up with somebody. It's just absolutely brilliant, the music, the way it's presented, everything about it. I think if you actually watch the gameplay, it's one of the most intense I've ever made. But yeah, thoroughly recommend that, and you could probably get it at least loose cart for less than £5. Next is a game that was recommended to you. Now, when I went to the Play Expo Manchester 2015, briefly spoke to Dave Webster and Castaldo, and we actually played this game, the arcade version, or rather Castaldo did. I never actually went on it, but it's a fantastic arcade cabinet with a massive wheel, probably giving it away now. And it was 18-wheeler, and I said to them that I'd been considering the Dreamcast version, and they both thoroughly recommended it. So I have played it for a bit. It's reasonably good, and especially for the price I paid, but I'm probably not as into it as they seem to be, but maybe that'll come with prolonged play. But yeah, for the price you can get this for, I would probably recommend it. Now, next question is a game that is challenging. Now, for me, most of the games I've got, I've played them enough to be reasonably proficient at them. But this particular game, I have played for hours upon hours, and I can never get past more than 2 or 3 fights. Now, fighting games are not exactly my strongest genre when it comes to gameplay, but this one, Art of Fighting 2, it just kicks my arse every single time. I love the graphics, I love the backgrounds, I love the sound effects. It's absolutely fantastic Neo Geo game. People who are really into the system highly rate this, but I just cannot play it for the life of me. Yeah, I can do the special moves and all that business, but it's about so much more than that. So maybe if it was the only fighting game I had, I'd be a lot better at it, but I seem to have spent more of my time playing things like King of Fighters 99 and Samurai Shodown, so they're just more accessible, especially when other people are playing. I mean, maybe 2 players where it's at as well, but as far as a single player game, there isn't a game in my collection that kicks my arse more than this. So next is a game that I wish I'd played more. Now, it was quite an easy decision for me because it was Micro Machines Military, and basically the first 3 Micro Machines games, Micro Machines 2 Turbo Tournament, the updated Micro Machines 96, I played them all to death, especially in multiplayer. And this one, it just came late in the Mega Drive lifespan, so I didn't really pick it up. And when I got it, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, I just don't really have the opportunity to play 4-player games as much as I used to. And unfortunately, if it does occur, it's going to be Micro Machines 96. This doesn't shine a light to it, and so therefore it's a game I wish I'd played more back in the 90s, because I think then I would have given it more of a chance, because it was something new. But these days, it's just not a game that springs to mind when a bit of multiplayer mayhem is needed. And last but certainly not least is a game you completed. And this is the last game I completed, and I was quite surprised by this because I've been out with girls in the past who played games in this series, and I just thought, no, they're just not for me, they're really annoying. But I actually just completely fell in love with this and played nothing else for about 2 weeks and I completed it. And it's Rayman 2 on the Dreamcast. Never really been a fan of 3D platforms outside of Crash Bandicoot, and it does have its issues, but it has so many charms. Even the story's likeable, the characters, it's got a wonderful soundtrack. It's just an all-round top Dreamcast game, and I'm thoroughly pleased that I completed it, and I'm well on my way to completing the next Dreamcast game that I'm currently playing, but that's really a story for another day. So that's it. I advise you to check out Ben's channel, TRexSpaceStation. I'll try and leave a link down below. But other than that, thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.